Thank you, Ms. Hugman, and thank all of you for being here today. It's nice to see outside. At least we have clouds. We have the potential making for rain. I'm going to ask my friend and former Mayor Earl Roberts to do a rain dance for us before we depart. I saw him in action Sunday at the church. He does a good job. Let me start by saying Longview, if you look at the history of Longview since our founding fathers, beginning as a railroad community and moving forward from there, but Longview has a history of rebuilding itself, recreating itself, enhancing itself. Every so often you see the city renew itself, and it's sometimes due to some strategic planning vision, and sometimes it's just due to the entrepreneurial spirit of the community. Since 2005, one of the main focuses for council has been how do we continue to make Longview the regional hub for East Texas? How do we bring people into our community to utilize our services, our facilities, in order to help us continue to grow our tax base, and by doing so, enabling us to hopefully reduce pressure on the property tax payers. So I think you've seen that. So as we worked on preparing our thoughts and our talk today, our delivery of the state of the city, was to focus on, we've seen a lot of great things happen in our community for a number of years now, in spite of itself, but also through good planning. But with what we continue to face on a state level and a national level, how do we as a community continue to maintain our momentum and continue to move our community forward? And that's what we want to talk about today. Our community has experienced remarkable momentum over the last 4 to 5 years in spite of a struggling national economy. A new Longview has taken shape all over town. New schools, new churches, new walking trails, new medical facilities, new subdivisions, new streets. It's amazing that people come into our community that maybe haven't been here for a while, and man, y'all have so many new things going here. So it's really impressive to see how the community has been rebuilding itself. And of course, that momentum is a result of a collaborative effort by many people and their passion to make Longview a better community. We've worked together to make Longview a hub for many in the East Texas region. And this collaboration has been a partnership by both the public and private sectors. Government, in my opinion, should provide a platform for progress. Longview has a great city staff led by City Manager David Willard. Our staff understands the city's role in supporting development without compromising public safety. We also enjoy a great relationship with Gregg County, Judge Bill Stout, which allows us many opportunities to partner on new streets and roads, and also to enhance our street maintenance program through our interlocal agreement. This agreement helps the city keep our streets in much better shape. We also hope in the future to partner with the county on a new event center. The city and county have worked very hard to build sound financial practices that have been recognized around the state. We've partnered with TxDOT on several projects, like the widening of Highway 149 and also the new George Ritchie extension. Because we both have the ability to contribute cash to these projects, the state moved these projects up expeditiously. TxDOT continues to use our model around the state in order to construct needed road and bridge projects. In fact, Judge Stout was recently recognized by the state for his leadership with this concept. He was awarded the prestigious Road Hand Award by TxDOT. We've also partnered with our local school districts during their new major construction projects to use taxpayer dollars more effectively. These include tennis courts at Longview ISD, the extension of George Ritchie Road, and the new Spring Hill High School. Also, the widening of Silver Falls Road near the Pine Tree Elementary and primary schools. We've experienced growth in housing construction. Single-family home construction permits were up 30% for January through July 2011 as compared to that same period, 2010. These results in a very difficult economy nationwide really show how strong and diverse our local economy really is. With all of the new projects taking shape, we've also seen revitalization efforts throughout the community, including our downtown and South Longview. In addition to the many dollars in new construction projects, we've also spent many dollars addressing drainage projects throughout the community. This includes cleaning debris from locations like Iron Bridge Creek. A large part of the $52.6 million bond election will be used to reconstruct major thoroughfares like Cotton Street and Green Street. New sidewalks will be added along Martin Luther King and surrounding streets in order to support the new schools that have been constructed in those areas. These city projects have been funded without adding to the local tax burden of our citizens, and with the exception of the recent bond election, which will increase the property tax rate over the next 6 years by a little more than 2 cents. However, this increase was voter approved. I again compliment our city staff and our city council for being very proactive and supportive of the new momentum to build a new Longview. I speak often about the volunteerism we're blessed with here in Longview. Volunteers spend many hours annually to make Longview a better place. We'd not be who we are without the spirit and dedication that they have to their many causes. One area that makes me very proud is our Workforce Development Task Force chaired by Dr. James Wilcox. School districts, businesses, local colleges like Kilgore, TSTC, and also LEDCO have formed a partnership to provide high school students with the opportunity to develop skill sets that will lead to employment. Since its inception in 2007, this group of volunteers has provided several thousand kids the opportunities that will help them find jobs if traditional college isn't the right fit for them. These skill sets will benefit local companies that need qualified candidates to hire for their future job requirements. We must continue to maintain our momentum when it comes to education. With our school districts facing budget shortfalls due to a state legislature that continues a course of non-action on correcting the funding formula for education, our districts are faced with the choice of doing more with less, and they have. Preparing our children for college and the workforce will aid in the city in the future by providing a quality workforce as we create much-needed jobs. We're also fortunate in this community to have a great institution like LeTourneau University. Under the leadership of Dr. Dale Lunsford, LeTourneau continues to turn out some of the brightest graduates found anywhere. The students also are very generous with their time in supporting the city with various volunteer projects. Creating jobs is a major political topic these days. I think Washington, D.C. could learn a thing or two from the people that devote their time to our local workforce development efforts. Our local MSA recently received the #1 ranking of cities in the state for job growth from June 2010 through June 2011. With an unemployment rate of 7%, Longview is more than a full point better than the state's average of 8.7% and nearly 2 points better than the geniuses at the national average of just over 9%. This accomplishment would not be possible without the help of our local business partners and the work of LEDCO and the chamber teams. Thank y'all. It's important that we continue to build a climate of cooperation to maintain our economic development momentum. We must constantly review our model to make sure that it is a fluid process due to the changes we face. With technology, we see broad and quick changes in the economy, and we must always be prepared to adapt to these changes. I compliment the LEDCO staff and board members for being proactive and understanding clearly the challenges we face in order to continue to create jobs locally through the expansion of existing businesses and also the recruitment of quality companies to our community. As an example, Scantech Instruments will be our first tenant for the new North Business Park. Scantech has been in Longview for 13 years, developing and manufacturing robotic industrial testing equipment. We've also received an announcement from American Home Patients, Inc. that they are adding 200 new jobs in Longview as they expand their support center operations. These are two examples of the many businesses that add to the diversity of our local economy. I want to also compliment the Chamber staff and their board and membership in their efforts to promote business in our community. The Longview Chamber has been named a Chamber of the Year finalist by the American Chamber of Commerce Executives and has been awarded a 5-star accreditation by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Year after year, the Longview Chamber is rewarded for their outstanding programs and marketing efforts from Alley Fest to Main Street. The city must continue to play its role and a vital role in maintaining our momentum. We must provide the platform for cooperation. We must continue to strive to find the one way to make a project work rather than the 10 reasons to let it fail. And I'm confident, as well as the council, in David Willard and his staff that they understand what we want to see happen in development. All city departments must continue to be proactive in viewing that our citizens come first. They are the customer. We must continue to change the perception that we are hard to do business with. That perception is not as strong as it was 5 years ago. Across the organization, we've made strides to improve customer service. I believe we can still make improvements, and I have confidence that our team will be very proactive to change this. One area of improvement worth noting is the crime rate. During 2010 to 2011, our community has experienced a 13.86% decrease in overall crime. I commend the efforts of Chief Don Dingler and his department. I also commend the community for their help through programs such as Citizen Police Academy, an increase in the number of Crime Watch groups, and the participation in the Crime-Free Multi-Housing Program. Our fire department has also experienced change through the capable leadership of Chief J.P. Steelman. A new apprentice program was launched, which not only helps the department meet minimum staffing needs, it also will help save an estimated $250,000 in labor expenses while opening the door wider to the fire department. Other programs like the Fire Explorers Program, the Community Emergency Response Team, and the Fire Chaplaincy Program, along with new recruiting efforts, are helping our fire department continue to move forward. And I also want to mention, we've all read, we've all been part of, seen the wildfires in East Texas, and I want to compliment and congratulate our fire department on an excellent job of assisting the volunteers in this area. And I want to brag on our Emergency Operations Center. Our Emergency Operations Center was selected by the National Forestry Association to use as their center of operations from the Oklahoma border to Nacogdoches. And I think that tells a lot about the quality of our Emergency Operations Center, the partnership between Gregg County and the city of Longview. Other accomplishments in city services this year include the creation of the Historic Preservation Task Force, which has modeled an ordinance to help preserve our architectural treasures. To help improve work processes, our GIS-based work management software is expanding beyond public works to include public park operations and maintenance and developmental services. And for those that don't know, there was a time in Longview where seniority knew where all the sewer pipe and water pipe was. And they kind of held that over our head. Well, we don't have to depend on that base of of knowledge is much more. This GIS program pretty much lays out where everything is. So Keith Bonds and staff, good job on getting that put in. To address council's desire for a more inclusive workforce, staff has developed a workforce diversity plan and created the City Manager's Diversity Advisory Council. We continue to improve our website, longviewtexas.gov, to better communicate with our citizens. Because we post financial information on our website, the State Comptroller's Office recognized the City of Longview as a Gold Transparency Award winner. These programs have all been developed with the concept and the intention to improve our service to the citizens of Longview. I also want to compliment your City Council and their efforts. I talk to people every day about how well the council is working, and I explain that it's due to having a council that is not made up of people with personal agendas. The council truly has the good of the city in mind on every decision that we make. When they disagree, they do so with mutual respect, and they then move on to the next issue. To me, this is why they are an awesome group to work with. Also, to maintain momentum, we must continue to find ways to improve the quality of life for our residents. Projects like the new walking trails have really given our citizens a form of enjoyment far beyond any of our expectations. In November, the newest section of the Paul G. Boorman Trail opened. In March, the universally accessible playground at Spring Hill Park opened, a project which wouldn't have been possible without the $300,000+ in fundraising efforts led by the Longview Ambucks 2. We also saw the groundbreaking for another community-led park project, the new Stragent Dog Park located next to the Paul Boorman Trail. All of our city parks have been upgraded and improved to better serve our citizens. We continue to budget more maintenance dollars almost every year to properly maintain the parks. At our local Longview Junction train depot, work has begun, thank God, to transform the depot into a welcoming entrance to our community. Now we just gotta hope that our legislative branch in Washington doesn't cut our Amtrak funding. But we will have a nice depot, I can promise you that. And the grant-funded renovation is expected to be completed by 2013. Our medical services industry, they continue to improve and to serve the quality of life for our citizens. We are truly blessed to have two high-quality hospitals that have maintained a high level of momentum to offer the best services available anywhere and to bring in the professional staffing and facilities necessary to take great care of our citizens. The arts community provides a level of entertainment not found in most cities of our size. They too are faced with declining revenue due to reduced funding. We must continue to support them locally so that they can continue to bring the quality programs into our community. Again, I compliment the many nonprofits. There are many in our community that struggle to make ends meet. I compliment all of the social services agencies that have helped the less fortunate with even some of the most basic of needs, food and water. Also, as an example of our volunteerism, we set up the Mayor's Beat the Heat program, which illustrates how many agencies come together for a common cause, and I might mention on a very short notice. Many generous donors provided over $33,000 to purchase air conditioners for the elderly, the disabled, and low-income families. Agencies like the Area Council on Aging, Highway 80 Rescue Mission, and the Salvation Army took the applications and arranged the installation of over 200 units. You can only imagine how much relief and happiness this brought to those households with the extreme heat we've experienced all summer long. In conclusion, our community will maintain its momentum, but it takes leadership. And no, I'm not referring to myself. Leadership, in my opinion, is a shared responsibility and work ethic. In business, the CEO is the promoter, the cheerleader, the social engineer, the mediator, and the captain of the team. He or she surrounds themselves with quality people. These people collectively form a vision and a set of goals, and they work together daily and passionately to accomplish these goals. I believe this is true of your city council and our city staff. As mayor since 2005, I have witnessed this every day. I'm humbled by being able to have served and given the opportunity to serve this city and each of you. I'm very thankful for the community, to have served the community, and I look forward to continuing to serve this community in the future. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Longview.